I'll never forget when I was first going through my divorce over 6 years ago, and all the folks in my uh, farther circles, not the close inner circles, but the perimeters of my life, wanted to meet with me and talk. And what I quickly learned is that lots of people have a divorce story, and that's okay. And we've talked about that in the whole perspective of grief, that everyone has a grief story. And oftentimes what we do is when somebody else is going through something, we start sharing ours. And what that does is it actually makes it about us, which is not what we're trying to do. We're doing it so that we can be relatable, and we believe that it's a way of showing empathy and care and compassion. It really does the exact opposite. And one time someone wanted to meet with me, and I'll never forget these words. They said to me, "Well, my divorce was way worse than yours." And I'm like, really? And I mean, now keep in mind, this is just weeks into my divorce. And they were like, yeah, well, yours was at least this, mine was this, and mine was so much worse. And I don't always have a filter, and I was grieving, right? I was deep in my grief, and it was not one of my finest moments of compassion and empathy. And I think I just bluntly said, well, I just bluntly said, look, we're not in competition. My divorce and my grief is heavy right now, and I'm sure yours was and is, but we're not competing. That's one of the things that we've talked about with grief, is that, and oftentimes we find ourselves saying, well, I'm going to be fine, or I am fine because yours is different, or I should feel better because mine's not as bad as yours. I've heard folks tell me after loved ones that die of old age, they say, well, I shouldn't be sad. I shouldn't have this grief. They had a nice long life. I had them for so long. So many people are dealing with things far worse than mine. That is a myth. Nothing's worse or easier